So we got back from vacation yesterday, which was like really good. Like we had a good time, but it was just like a lot because we went to like a million different places and saw a bunch of different people and looked at a bunch of different wedding venues. So like it was more of a trip than a relaxed moment. But it was still really good. But then like obviously when you're gone for like a week, then you get home, you have like no clothes. My house was a shit show because I didn't clean it before I left. Like I just like was like, whoa, like I kind of forgot about that. And then today I slept way later than I meant to. And then I was like, oh, let me go to the grocery store really quick. It won't be crowded because it's a weekday. And it was like the worst I've ever seen it. It literally felt like I was there on fucking Christmas Eve. It was horrendous. And like not to be shady to homeschool people, but like why are your kids not at school right now? Like there were so many kids in there and I was there from like 1 to like 2:30. It took me like a full hour and a half. No, I did not forget about you. I could never forget about you. I just am running a little bit behind in life, generally speaking. I want my thing to be the right color. There we go. And I want it to be more like that way. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Let's get it together. Like, let's get it together. Yeah, sorry I'm late. I was like making dinner and eating dinner. The grown-ups were talking. Let me see where we left off. Courtney Stodden part 2. Oh my god, I left us a little note. I'm also getting a huge pimple. I feel just like very much not myself right now. I'm curious to see if anyone relates to this. Let me share my screen really quick. I'm just gonna share my screen. I like love having fun and like going on vacation and like doing fun things and like being in that moment. But I am just such a person that really like needs routine. And then like the week before we went on vacation, I also was very much out of my routine. So I'm just the type of person that needs routine. So the fact that I haven't had any type of routine for the last like 2 weeks, I just feel very off. Also, alcohol. I drank a lot of alcohol while we were on vacation. And that is something that I know does not affect me in the greatest ways. Yet I still did it. But it was good. Honestly, # no regrets. But yeah, I just feel like weird. I just feel weird. But the good news is this shirt looks so good with my background. And once we fix this little light, it's really going to be like Slay Rockstar in here. Oh, let me turn my on the air sign on. It's finally up. I don't remember if you guys saw this. Did you see this last week? Okay, but anyway, this little pink light I love, but I wish it was like more. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to be like, wha-bam. Like everywhere, so I think I'm gonna try and hang it from the ceiling. Maybe if I move Barbie backwards. No. I think Barbie needs. I didn't even get it high up enough. It's stuck in Mike's legs. We actually have a lot to do. I should probably focus. But like that, like okay, that is like if it was up here, wow, this is gonna be great. That's good for now though. It's pretty good already. Okay. A burnt down parking lot. Thank you for subscribing. First time in the chat. Hi. You're hitting us with a serif font. That's how you know this is serious. Should I go get wine? Honestly, maybe. Honestly, maybe. Wow, there's like a massive knot in my hair. That's good. Good. Background is feeling like home again. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was not great for a couple months. It was not great. Your sushi just came. I made dinner, but then I like kind of wasn't fucking with it, so I didn't eat that much. I think I might eat more of it later because like I made salad, chicken tenders, and then some random tater tots. And the salad was really good. I ate all the salad. But the sauce I made with the chicken tenders, I just like didn't like, but I had it on the side. So I just was like, I'm going to put these chicken tenders away and make new sauce later. Was it a beach trip? For the most part, yes, which was awesome. I am a little bit more tan now, so that's great. My parents' border collie is like that. If he gets sick, if his routine is interrupted. I don't get sick. I'm just a fucking bitch. And then also it wouldn't let me stream to TikTok. So it's like going to be very intimate here tonight. There's not that many of us here. This is an intimate time that we're having. I have not seen the Jonas Brothers yet. When is that? I'm going to that soon. Well, that's a lie. I've seen the Jonas Brothers many times, but I'm going again. I've seen the Jonas Brothers, I think, like 3 times. I just keep accidentally going. The first time it was really intentional, but then it's been unintentional since then. Merp. I'm gonna call, oh my god, I'm using football terminology, help, I've been literally with straight men so much recently. I'm gonna call a last minute change, and I'm gonna stream on TikTok live on my phone, because like, fuck it, why not? Like, I have a charger here. Who are we joking? Because I feel bad that they're not here. Oh my god, I haven't done live in so long on my phone. Let's see how that goes. Say hi to scaled live rewards. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, we're living in a hellscape. But it's like kind of not working. Like it being on the charger. There we go. I put it in a pop socket. All right, not a pop socket, a pop it. You've reached the stage 6 on your live journey. Like, what does that mean? I'm not a wizard. Do you guys remember when they like wouldn't let us read Harry Potter at school because a bunch of the Christian parents were like, this is of the devil? Was that just my school, or did you guys experience that too? Okay. TikTok's on my phone. We're back to our roots. It's pouring right now, and I'm about to book it. Wish me luck. What's happening to you? Okay, so we're talking about Courtney Stodden. Let me get some love if you were here last week. Last week was Courtney Stodden's journey, part 1. Now we are on Courtney Stodden's journey, part 2. See, like, why does this say paid partnership? Like, it's literally not. Like, it's not. If you were not here last week, it'll still make sense. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Ready for class, sitting here crocheting a hat for my 3-month-old Halloween costume. What is your 3-month-old being for Halloween? I love Halloween where babies have like funny costumes. I watched the VOD. Ready for part 2, also very scared. It does get kind of weird in here. And if you see me do this a lot, I'm not picking my nose, although if I was, I guess technically it's my account and I could do that if I wanted to. I have a pimple sticker right here, and it's really just having a hard time remaining employed. Like, it's wanting to quit, and I'm not letting it quit. I'm not. My first Halloween, I was a lamp. My mom was odd. My first Halloween, I was kind of big because I was born in January. So like by Halloween, I was like almost a year old. I mean, I was a cow and my sister was a moon, and my mom would go, the cow jumps over the moon. We fucking cleaned up with that costume, apparently. Hi, Gorginas. Sorry I'm late. It's okay. I'm late, too. I'm late, too, divas. I am late, too. I watched the VOD, too, and the anger being directed towards her was so upsetting. And those of you, my YouTubers, my tubers out here, so sorry it wasn't on YouTube for, like, a while. It just would not fucking upload. And then it just did. I don't know what to tell you, but that's what happened. This is my truth. So this is where we left off. Courtney is married to Doug. Doug is a predator that's in his 50s. Courtney is, I think, like 17 or 18 at this point. They're going on TV like all of the fucking time. Like, that's where we left off, is them being married and going on television fucking constantly. We looked at them on Dr. Drew, where they were like, are Courtney's boobs real? And literally did an ultrasound of her boobs in front of a live studio audience when she is, in fact, a minor. So that's where we are. Less than ideal for sure. More on how society treated her. That's kind of where we're picking up, is like, how was Courtney being perceived in the media? These are some of Krista Teigen. I think that's how you say her name. Well, okay, I actually saw a thing where Krista Teigen was like, everyone calls me Krista Teigen, but it's actually Krista Teigen. And she was like, yeah, I just never corrected anybody. And I was like, okay, like, I guess. But this is what Krista treated about Courtney. And one thing about Krista Teigen, I guess that's her decision to make. One thing about her is they could never make me form an opinion about her. I don't know how I feel about her. Like, when we watched her home tour thing, and they had that, like, real tree that they killed, but then put fake leaves on it, I didn't like that. And obviously this is horrible. But I'm like, who is she, really? Like, who is she? I know she was a model. She's married to John Legend. Like, they simply can't make me form an opinion about it. Like, I just don't know, and I don't care, really. This is some of the tweets, and she's adding her. Like, she's fully mentioning Courtney in the tweet. Like, this is not a subtweet. Oh, my TikTok people, TikTok's being a hater, and it wouldn't let me have you all normal. So here you are. If you want to see the slides and all that fun stuff, you have to come to Twitch or YouTube. I'm so sorry, but TikTok literally just wouldn't let me. So that's the situation right now. Sorry. I'm trying my best. I'm not a woman in STEM. I'm a woman in media. Okay, so Chrissy Teigen tweeted, at Courtney Stodden, my Friday fantasy, you dirt nap. This is in 2011, by the way. Go to sleep forever. And then where she was like replying to something Courtney tweeted that was kind of sexual, but whatever. My home erupts as I deeply penetrate my long, hard lemongrass. Garlic overwhelms my senses as I stuff it into my snapper, at Courtney Stodden. She said, you have rabies, at Courtney Stodden. You're like a bad Mad Lib. So yeah, Courtney's a minor, and Chrissy Teigen, who has like, probably over 1 million followers at this point. Chrissy Teigen was like, I don't want to say she built Twitter, but like she was one of the OG celebrities that was tweeting a lot and like being funny on Twitter. This is not funny. But to be a grown-ass rich person going after a child that's married to a grown-ass man, like, genuinely, what's wrong with you? Like, why would you do that? And, like, you're rich. You have other things to fill your time. Like, generally, when people are mean on the internet, I assume that they're broke losers, so that's the only hobby they have, because it's, like, free for the most part. But, like, Chrissy Teigen, you can do anything. Like, you can go to France, you can do Pilates, you can get massages. Like, and you're just sitting up tweeting at a 16-year-old child bride? What's going on here? Not just Teigen, but other celebrities have mistreated Courtney over the years. Joy Behar had a field day with calling me a slut. Courtney Love told me I was a whore. Some of the worst treatment I got was from women. We're not going to get anywhere if we keep holding each other back. I think it's really interesting that she was treated a lot worse by women than men. Also, when the fuck did Bethany Frankel have a talk show? When did that happen? Apparently it was very short-lived, but when did that happen?
Out there, what you want to get? Do you want older men to want to take advantage of you? Do you want to be...
Not just older men.
You want... No, but I'm saying, you are a lot of women. I don't see...
It's not just older men that look at somebody and take advantage of somebody. You know, it's...
You're right. It's not just older men that look at somebody and want to take advantage of.
Yeah.
You're right. But a 19-year-old or a 25-year-old guy, you're a lot of women for them. You don't look 19, you know? I'm just saying, I want to know kind of what you want to do now. Like, in what way are you going to kind of, take back your youth?
I think that whether a woman or anybody, quite frankly,
yes, this is the Real Housewives skinny girl lady.
Or 8-inch heels, I think that...
To speak on Bethany Frankel momentarily, I'm currently watching Real Housewives of New York. Please do not spoil it for me. I will jump off of a building. Thanks.
That's their prerogative. I feel like... if somebody
yes, I'm on New York season 7. Perfect timing.
With their life choices, how they look, regardless of what it is, if they're not hurting themselves or other people, I think it's fine. I think it's fair game. Have at it. Enjoy your life. Look the way you want to look.
You're right.
I happen to feel comfortable like this. I like the way I look. I love the way I look. And I think that's all that matters. And I think that can empower other people too from hearing that.
She is doing shockingly well to be this young and be getting like very pointed questions from Bethany Frankel, who's a very direct person. She's holding her own in this interview. I'm impressed. I mean, her horrible husband is making her do like tons of these, so I guess she's getting a lot of practice.
And I know people might think this is funny, but I actually feel that I am a true feminist because I believe in women.
So, yeah, she's doing the daytime talk show thing. I'm sorry for laughing, but this part was so funny to me. Courtney Stodden went on Bethany to clear the air on November 15th. She revealed she just wants to be a normal 19-year-old. She definitely doesn't have a reality show, porn, or a book coming out. And you've got to hear her reasons. So Bethany on the show was like, oh, I heard you're coming out with a book. Tell me about the book. And this is what Courtney says. I don't have a book coming out. That's a rumor. I don't read or write. And like, the concept of asking a child bride who went to online Christian homeschool and then dropped out of that, the concept of asking that person, oh, you're writing a book? Like, I'm not saying that she can't write a book, but I'm just saying, like, it's just like a little bright in here for me. It's not that she can't write a book, or is it clearly she has the material, but like, wow, what, are you writing a book? She has like an 8th grade education. Like, let's be so fucking for real right now. And I don't mean that as a slight on Courtney. I mean that as like a slight on Christian homeschooling. Stop right there, Bethany. I must put out this heinous rumor. So, according to the movie, which again has some dramatizations, Courtney's mom moved in with them after a few months of marriage. Because Courtney called her mom and was like, Doug isn't helping with my career. I'm really lonely. So her mom is also living there. And this means that a lot of those TV appearances we just saw were under the management of her mother. We will be talking in depth about her mom-husband management duo team. That's where we are as a society, I guess. Here's some pictures of Courtney during this time. And super, like, the way they were dressed on Bethany, like, super Barbie look. Like, the bleach blonde, the tan, the super high pleaser style, like, stripper style high heels. Like, clearly a very specific aesthetic here. Why do I feel like it's going to get worse before it gets better? Unfortunately, you're right. So, Stodden's mother, Krista, is serving as her manager on a team with Doug. So, yeah. I think that tells us, like, everything we need to know about Krista. I'll have more to tell you, trust and believe that. But, okay. Imagine what that does to your brain as a 17, 18, 19-year-old to be the breadwinner for your husband and mother, and you all live together. Like, let's think about that. Like, let's truly think about how exploitative this is. And a lot of people were like, oh, Courtney's a gold digger. Doug's a fucking gold digger. I can tell you that much. Doug is a gold digger. And I have this theory that I've decided is a fact. Any man that's like obsessed with gold diggers and is like, people are always, women are trying to take your money, you have to be so conscious of gold diggers, that is projection, and they are gold diggers. They are gold diggers. They want to be provided for. They want to be a kept man. They are gold diggers. Like, you guys, the men are the gold diggers, and they have been the whole time. They have been the whole time. Like, it's literally been projection from day one. I'm literally, like, it's, open your mind for a second and you will start to see it. You will start to, like, the men are the gold diggers. Like, he married her to make money off of her, in my opinion. And because he's, like, a sexual predator. I think that was probably a play. But, like, men who fear gold diggers never have any gold. No, for real. Because a lot of men that are super rich are, like, they literally don't care. Like, you'll steal from them and they don't care. Isn't this dead ass what dowries were back in the day? Is it worse? I don't know. Like, I don't know which one's worse. Is giving your child to an old man to be married not just a form of trafficking? No, the way it is. And that's why we're talking about this. If you weren't here last week, we talked a lot about this. But, like, people have a lot of incorrect stereotypes about what exploitation looks like. This is what exploitation looks like. If you've never heard the phrase, the perfect victim, it's basically that, like, no one believes you're a victim because you're not the perfect victim. The perfect victim never fights back. They're powerless, whatever. Because Courtney is going on TV and dresses very sexually and says, I enjoy dressing very sexually, they didn't see Courtney as the victim that she was because she didn't fit the mold of perfect victim. Where, like, people think of, oh, a child bride looks a certain way. They act a certain way. They think, like, very demure, powerless victim. That's not how they see Courtney. So, like, there's, like, a cognitive dissonance around it. And it's very common, not just with, like, child bride shit, but with, like, lots of different crimes of people who aren't believed because they aren't considered the perfect victim, even though, like, there is no such thing as the perfect victim. There's this one saying, I don't want to say I really like it because it's really morbid, but I think it really is a blunt and direct way to explain this. The perfect victim is dead. Like, people will only accept you as a victim if you get, like, murdered, because that's proof that you're the victim. And even then, sometimes they don't. A 16-year-old should never be getting married, and if your parent is signing off on it, something's wrong. No, for real. Like, she was high-key trafficked, in my opinion. And then now 2 adults are making money off her. This, to me, is, like, very, very obviously sexual exploitation of a minor. And I think everyone should be charged and go to prison. And I want to be the warden. That's my take right now. So everyone was judging the fake boobs. Like, we saw the Dr. Drew thing last week about the fake boobs, the fake boobs, the fake boobs, the fake boobs. So Courtney got fake boobs. They were 18 or 19 at this point. It was in 2013. I guess I probably could have figured it out. So 18 or 19 years old, went from a C cup to a double D. You might be like, misredacted. The pictures we saw earlier, that Courtney did not look like a C cup. Remember, Courtney said that they were using like the little chicken cutlet things, and they had learned about that from when they were in pageants. And again, who the fuck bought them? Because those aren't cheap. A lot of teenage girls stuff their bras with like tissue or paper towels or whatever. I'm not saying it's normal. I think it's indicative of how we over-sexualize children. But I think that that is like developmentally appropriate and common. It is not common or developmentally appropriate for a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old girl to have like the nice chicken cutlets that are like $40 a pop. Yeah, it's a lot. So boobs are huge at this point. Boobs are huge. No shade. Just when you already are pretty full chested and you get implants, boobs are going to be huge. This is from an article, September 11th, 2013. I guess they weren't thinking about 9/11 when this dropped. And it has a ton of photos of Courtney with their parents, and the vibe is just fucking weird to me. So Courtney's mom is Krista Keller, her dad is Alex Stodden, and like, they're looking at all these family photos. A lot of the photos are the ones that I showed last week. I got them like from this article with her childhood photos. So remember the photo of Courtney on the porch where she's like hanging by her arms on the like railing thing that the media like fucking ate up? That's the photo that they're looking at in this. And I just really don't like the vibe here. Like, the vibe is absolutely off. I'm not into the vibe that's happening here. So Courtney was on Celebrity Big Brother in 2013. Courtney said that they loved going on Celebrity Big Brother because this was the first TV appearance they did where Doug was not there. Because like even on Bethany, where it was Courtney alone on the stage, Doug was like right fucking there. And a lot of daytime TV, like a lot of times you go to a local studio, it's only like an hour or two. It's not really like a full-time job. Being on a show that's like a competition show like Big Brother, that is literally a full-time job for the weeks that you're on it. And Doug wasn't on the show. It was just Courtney, so she had to like fly by herself and go stay in the house with all the other people. And Courtney said it was like a combination of college parties and high school and just like all these normal things that she had never experienced, and normal friendships. Because again, like, homeschooled since middle school, got married at 16. Like, they've never gone through a lot of these really developmentally appropriate normal things of like hanging out with your friends. So this was kind of the first time that Courtney got the opportunity to do that. And apparently it made Doug very jealous. Shocker. Doug jealous? Who would have thought? I don't want full screen.
Okay.
Theater mode, yeah.
Courtney met her husband online when she was 16 and he was 50. Okay. That's kind of true. I didn't meet my husband on the internet. We met through a mutual friend, and I was in Ocean Shores, Washington State. It's a really small town, and he's obviously a well-known actor in Hollywood. And he was also teaching acting class.
Poor thing was so isolated that Big Brother felt like freedom. I don't know a ton about Big Brother. Like, I've never seen it, so like I don't really know. What's the vibe of Big Brother?
Classes here in Hollywood, and I was an aspiring actress in a little small town.
This is the first time she was away from predators.
One of our family friends were really great friends with Doug, and so we met through him, and then we started communicating through email, text messages, and phone conversations. And then we, it was very innocent. It wasn't,
it's crazy. You can watch them 24/7.
Weird. I know it sounds weird. A 16-year-old marrying a 50-year-old. That's really, it's a lot of, people have their, speculations, but
it's true.
It's true. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
All these
Courtney
other
was
people.
homeschooled through an online private Christian academy. I was. I got pulled out of school in 6th grade. And
Sixth
then
grade?
through 7th to 12th grade, I did a private Christian academy.
Why?
So, because, when I went to school,
Similar to Love Island,
it's
no
a very
contact
small
with the
town,
outside.
and I always liked showing up at school in nice outfits. I would do my hair, and I was kind of the diva girl in school. And in a small town, I think that people just get up and throw their hair in ponytails and stuff like that. So I would go to school in these amazing outfits.
Of course you would.
And these girls, would pick on me for it, and it's like the reverse of bullying. So that's why my parents pulled me out and put me in a Christian academy school, so I could be myself.
So I could be myself, i.e.
Courtney
take
rejected
advantage
a
of
$5
by
million
predators.
porn offer. That is true. I got offered $5 million a month ago. They sent me over the
That's a lot of money.
contract. It was all there, and I turned it down. I will not do porn. I'm not judging anybody who, obviously has,
it's not
like,
porn.
no, it's not porn. I'm not saying it's porn.
She didn't get paid $5 million.
So, like, very much you can just tell, like, even though this is an insane environment, it's, like, ironically way more normal than her life. All of her facts really are so sad. And, like, that was a hard watch. So I tried to find any press coverage about Courtney at this time that wasn't negative. I was like, let me find something from this era that's not negative. This is from 2013. It was called In Defense of Courtney Stodden, and they interview her, and this was like a gay online publication. The subheading is, on TV, she's America's favorite punchline, but trust me, Courtney Stodden has a lot of LGBT fans, and it's the most normal interview. They don't ask about Doug, they don't ask sexual questions, they really focus on her music and her career and her music videos, some of which we watched, and like how a lot of her fans and the people that like play her music in clubs, it's a lot of gay guys in gay clubs. So Diane Anderson Minshaw, you will be seeing heaven. You will be seeing heaven. Because, like, was Courtney's music the best I've ever heard? No. But the fact that you just did, like, a normal article about something that was just about Courtney, like, you will be seeing heaven and you are what's needed. The chat feels like the classroom, the way I'm calling out right now. I've never seen this except for a clip of the gay teacher who is verbally eating up this redhead. Oh, about Big Brother. So, yes, thank you, Diane. Thank you. I'd like to give it up for Diane. So apparently around 2013, Courtney said that she attempted to leave Doug. Keep in mind, 19 years old, no credit card in their own name, have never signed a lease, have a 6th grade education, no job experience, not a regular public high school diploma. They also said they were using alcohol very, very heavily at this time. So a lot of people are like, oh, why didn't she just move out? Can a 16-year-old go get their own bank account? No, not in most places. So where do you think all the checks from these shows were going? Do you think that Courtney just had all this access to money? And then also, like, when you're 19, you don't know how to fucking find an apartment and a lease and all that. You have to have someone help you and show you. And clearly none of the adults around her were going to do that. So Courtney said that they moved into the guest room of the house with Doug, maybe apartment at this point. I know at one point they went from his nice house to like a mediocre apartment, but I'm not exactly sure when that was. So Courtney's living in the guest room. She said she was out partying a lot. She said she was engaging in very reckless behavior. She was being photographed by paparazzi a lot, going to lots of clubs, lots of parties, drinking a lot, was like really vibing out, I guess. I personally think, this is just speculation, that Courtney probably had the confidence to separate from Doug because of Big Brother. Like, I think that probably showed Courtney, like, that probably gave Courtney a lot of confidence, like to be around other people and be by yourself and have a good time and do a good job and like make normal connections and see the way that other people live, because like Courtney was so isolated. I think that probably like made her kind of want to like push the boundaries of her life and be like, okay, wait, what? Yeah, why am I married to this fucking old guy? I just got here, so I just realized they use they, them pronouns. Oh, we talked about this last time. They use they, them, and I've seen them use she, her in very recent times. I've seen them using both, and they identify as non-binary. So both pronouns are used because I've seen Courtney use both in interviews and referring to themselves. So I don't think it's like, obviously someone's gender identity is important to respect, but I don't think, from what I've gathered, Courtney is super like it has to be one or the other. It seems like Courtney uses them both depending on the way they're talking about themselves and who they're talking to. So anyway, Courtney and Doug were legally separated for 9 months between 2013 and 2014. So very much a real separation, despite the fact that Courtney was still living in the house. Courtney said that they were sexually assaulted during this time, which is really sad. This is from a Page 6 article that's a lot more recent, where Courtney discussed this. So the former reality star appeared on blah, 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 and revealed that she was sexually assaulted by someone while separated from but still married to Doug. Was it power? Was it sex? Both. Power and sex, yeah. Stodden hinted that she might take legal action against her assailant, saying she's considering lawsuits after realizing what happened to her was abuse. When the first incident happened, I, didn't tell Doug. It was actually during the time we were separated. It actually happened 2 times when we were separated. I was only 19. When my first experience happened, I didn't really think it was wrong, which is the crazy part. I, unfortunately, am like 0% surprised at this. Obviously not Courtney's fault that it happened, but it's so common for victims to be re-victimized by other people. And it's like really understandable from Courtney's perspective, where Courtney's saying like, I didn't even realize, because like think about what we have learned about Courtney's history and how they were over-sexualized and how they were exploited. Like if someone's already a victim, it's very likely that another predator will try and re-victimize that person and take advantage of them. Unfortunately, like that is a trend that we have data about. Well, I'm glad we have data about it, but I'm sad it's a trend. I felt like, okay, well, that's how sex is. Exactly. And then this is what I thought was interesting, because this really differed from what they had said historically. I only had sex with one man before that, Doug. Oh, wait, that is what they said before. Sorry. So because the only person they had sex with was Doug, I can see why when another predator came after them, like they were like, oh, she continued, so gentle, not to get explicit, but I was like, okay, maybe that's just rough, was of, going on a date. I didn't really realize it was sexual abuse until I started hearing all these women talking. And Stodden said that the Me Too movement helped her realize that what happened to her was not acceptable. And that's the end of that article. But in the movie, they said that this is part of what drew them back to Doug. They said that being assaulted twice made them want to get back together with Doug, because remember how Doug had that narrative like, oh, I'm going to protect you. All these horrible men in Hollywood are going to take advantage of you. I will protect you. And then like, in a way, these situations, I don't want to say proved him right, but like gave him more ammo to be manipulative. Like that's what I'll say. It gave him more ammo to be manipulative towards Courtney, which I think is really, really sad. This really is awful. I told you guys, this is heartbreaking. And then also what they kind of alluded to in the movie, they didn't flat out say this, but they like strongly alluded that one of the people that assaulted her, in addition to Doug and whoever else it was like a powerful person in Hollywood and entertainment, and it happened in a party at their house. That's what they like alluded to in the movie, but they didn't like flat out say it was that. So, but that's definitely what they were trying to get across. And Doug had really convinced her that he was her protector. And he was like, this is what happens when you party. This is why I tried to keep you safe and in the house. Like it's really, it gave him so much more ammo to be abusive. So let's talk about Krista. It's time to discuss mom. Oh my God, I hate her so fucking much. I don't mean to have such a big smile on my face, but she's just the fucking worst. And for those of you on TikTok, I couldn't share the slides with you. I don't know. You can come to Twitch or YouTube if you want to see the pictures and the videos and all that stuff. So Krista Keller is still on Instagram. I just wanted everyone to know that Krista is still on Instagram. They're on Instagram. This is their Instagram bio. Moved to LA in 2011. Have thoroughly enjoyed my craft as a talent manager. Love productivity, love being an idea person. That's the current Instagram bio. Got it. Here's some pictures of Krista. She's a person, like, you know, there she is on the left. So her mom was her manager until 2015, which is 4 years into the marriage. And apparently there was a sex tape, but there's also been a lot of like, no, there wasn't a sex tape. So I'm not 100% sure. But this is this article. Courtney Stodden's mom resigns as her manager over sex tape. Courtney responds, blames her mom's desire for fame. This is in 2015, this article. Krista describes her daughter's decision to release a solo sex tape for charity. So I think it depends on how you define sex tape. Very disappointing. She laments that she would have handled Courtney's career differently. I felt that things were not being done the way I felt they should be done. I think there was interference there and not in the best interests of her career. I'm not putting people down. I'm just saying I wish things would have gone differently the last 6 months in her career as far as decision making. I feel as the manager, I should have been respected and listened to. I just want to ask the obvious, what career? Because to my knowledge, Courtney's career largely consists of posting raunchy boob pics on Instagram. So again, this is a child that was exploited by their mother and a grown man that is continuing to be exploited as a young woman and is still being used as the punchline of this joke. And literally they're interviewing one of the people that exploited her just like it's fucking fine. Just in the last 6 months. Like, yeah, no, because her mom's not like, wow, I shouldn't have married her off to a predator. Her mom is like, well, fucking this last 6 months have been crazy. And again, they've been married for like years at this point. Don't worry though, Krista isn't out of the biz completely. She's looking for other clients to manage as she also builds her Christian website. I will also be on the lookout for people that I would like to manage and help them reach their goals in the entertainment industry. I plan to use my time now to help my husband, Reggie. She married a different guy. Her and Courtney's dad divorced. With his Christian website called Power Sharing, which is a ministry to uplift and inspire others to follow their dreams through faith. I don't know much about Jesus, but I think Jesus would generally be against whatever the fuck's going on here. So Courtney put out a statement where she said, I feel like my mom in her recent statements to the press is attempting to throw me under the bus. It hurts. Courtney wrote on Twitter, including a handwritten note about her mom's departure. This is still 2014. My mom's desire to be famous interfered with her ability to manage me effectively. She craved the limelight so much, she felt that I, her daughter, was standing in the way. I was forced to have her resign. I do wish her the best. She's my mother, and I'll always love her. That's so sad. This is so sad. And then this article is saying that it seems like a PR stunt. I don't know. This is a different article titled, Who is Krista Keller? Courtney Stodden's mom let Doug Hutchinson, 50, then marry underage model in 2011. It just keeps getting worse. I promise it'll get better. It does get better eventually. Keller is Stodden's former manager. Their tumultuous relationship with their mother has been documented time and time again. From the beginning of their career in 2009 till the spring of 2015, Stodden's career was managed by their mother. But citing creative differences, Keller quit. Over the course of this time, Stodden appeared in the reality show television Couples Therapy, Celebrity Big Brother, and is even releasing original songs in 2010. However, there might have been more than what was told to the public. After she quit, she revealed that Hutchinson would manage his wife's career. Keller had said that it was becoming difficult to work with people who had different ideas of Stodden's career. I'm not putting people down. I'm just saying I wish things would have gone differently in the last 6 months as far as decision making. And like we said, I feel as the manager, I should have been respected and listened to. So it's going from Doug and Krista managing Courtney to just Doug managing Courtney. Stodden's relationship with their mother has reportedly seen a lot of ups and downs. They have their new talent agency. I know that my mom loves me and I have a really amazing bond with my mom. As a matter of fact, me and my father don't talk. This is literally makes me want to cry. He completely disowned me. but I love my mom. Is she perfect? No. Has she experienced ups and downs with her own personal life? Yes, but she's a strong woman and she's been a fighter her entire life. There have been things that have happened in her life that break my heart. I will defend her until the end of the earth because I love her. This is crazy as fuck. Like, this is genuinely insane. I just want to say, like, the trauma bond and level of manipulation and emotional enmeshment here is going crazy. So in 2016, Courtney went back on therapy TV. So before she was on couples therapy with Doug, like shortly after they got married in 2012. Now she was on, it was called like Mother-Daughter Project something. I don't fucking know. With her mom, because her mom admitted that she was becoming attached to Doug. And Doug said that he never told Courtney about this because he didn't want to hurt her feelings. So, like, I know you guys thought it couldn't get worse, but unfortunately, it's worse. Unfortunately, it's worse. It is worse. I need to change my auto mod. It's too strict, and I don't get as many trolls as I used to. Oh, the mother-daughter experiment. So this is kind of long, but it's important, so we're gonna watch it.
I used to manage my daughter, and
this one's actually not long. We're gonna watch a couple clips. Some of them are long.
I was her momager.
My mom definitely has ambitions to be famous. She's crazy for fame. Crazy for fame, and she wants it, and she will stop at nothing to get it.
She doesn't appreciate all the things I've done for her. She doesn't understand the sacrifices that I've made. I feel that her husband has ruined our relationship at this point.
She began behind my back, trying to steal my husband away from me. She took his hand and said, I don't know what to do, but I'm in love with you.
It wasn't like she was madly in love with him at that time. When Doug was coming to me...
That is crazy as fuck. You went to your daughter's predator husband that you pawned her off to and said, I'm in love with you. And your defense is, it's not like she loved him at that time when they're still legally married. Even if, like, Courtney had not talked to Doug in 10 years, your daughter's sloppy seconds is diabolical. Like, that is diabolical. I'm sorry. Because what do you mean? What do you mean?
And Courtney didn't want him. We became pretty close. So that's why we're in this mess. I feel that she has been brainwashed from her husband, and I
can't blame him anymore.
I think she's been brainwashed by her 50-year-old husband that I consented for her to marry. Likely thing for a predator husband to do. Generally, 50-year-old men that marry minors, brainwashing is a passion of theirs.
What mother would do that to her daughter?
I did
not
fall in love with your husband.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
And we confronted you on it, and you look like a deer in headlights.
No, that's not what happened. You won't even listen to what I have to say.
I love everyone staring.
This is just killing me.
So here's more of the mother-daughter experiment.
I don't want to be here.
Then go home. In our double interview together, when I try to communicate with my mom, she doesn't listen to me. And so this is kind of my breaking point. She can't do this to me anymore. You should be calming down, and you should you
trying to sleep around here. I was emotionally attached to her husband. I feel like she's been...
I admitted that I was emotionally attached to her husband. What the fuck? Everyone else is like, oh, our stuff isn't actually that bad. No, literally. Like, I have never felt healthier in my life.
brainwashed. And I feel like Doug is sabotaging me right now. I'm like, I'm out of here. I need to leave. I cannot handle this. I'm done. I've tried. There's nothing more I can do. I want to go home.
I admitted that I told your husband that I loved him.
Oh my gosh. It's so gross.
That's the first time I just heard her say that.
I've saying it all my interviews. Why don't you ask your husband what his family
fantasy was. Did you believe your husband over me? Yes, I do.
I don't know whether to be concerned or entertained. I think
Same.
I'm entertained and that's a problem.
I'm calling a car to come and get me. I love you, and you're my mother. She fell in love with my husband. His mom isn't supposed to do that. I need to have a mother, and I need to feel that mom side of her, and I just don't. He protects me, and you don't. God.
He protects me and you don't. Like, this is so, like, it's so disturbing because it's so classic, like, attachment where, like, the more that Courtney gets traumatized, the more it drives Courtney to her abuser, which is Doug. Like, and then the other abuser, Kristen, is like, it's, oh my God, like, Courtney needs one singular person that's, like, not trying to exploit her. That's so sad.
What's going on?
At least Courtney has these other people. Brutal cycle. Heidi, what are you doing here?
Drama.
We're living here. We want to know what's going on.
I'm sitting with our popcorn and see what happens. Give the bread.
There's something for mom and dad. Threesomes and parents. This is some weird moonshine in West Virginia. But I'm excited because it's about to go down. She's too cute to leave his ass.
Leave his ass. Them all running away.
Give the bread.
Please, Mom, seriously.
Your mom walked this.
All I know is I'm gonna pee my pants. Okay, I'm gonna go see what's going on because I like to be nosy. This is just killing.
It's gonna keep getting worse. I told you we were gonna be watching this for a while, sorry.
The big issue right now is Doug. I actually invited Doug here today.
So tell us how you met Courtney exactly. We're kind of curious,
Kim Richards, the woman that you are.
like how it all kind of started.
We started communicating, mostly just emailing and like talking about what's your favorite color, what kind of food you. And so we basically fell for each other.
He's Doug.
After I found out about Courtney's age, I had a really frank talk with Krista. And Krista said,
Everyone's
you're a good
face.
person, and I don't have any problem with you and Courtney continuing to explore this together. I mean, Courtney was being courted by tons of men closer to her age, wealthier than me, more famous.
I love that
from
all of them are
sports figures
sus.
to politicians to sheiks in the Middle East.
What the
And how exactly did sheiks in the Middle East find out about Courtney? Was it Krista, perhaps?
dude? Sheiks? How are sheiks finding a 16-year-old?
So, Doug,
Exactly.
where did it all go wrong? I really want to hear your perspective.
I think it was only about 2 weeks after we were married.
Courting.
Krista just threw this thing into a nightmare. She took me aside and professed that she was in love
Finally,
with me.
people that are
not
concerned.
He's already lying about it. So what do I do now? He's not admitting what he did. Doug said, I feel Courtney's getting ready to leave me. If you stay here with me, I feel that Courtney won't leave.
Remember how I was saying that Krista moved in a few months after they got married? Yeah.
And I made you that promise.
That's not true. And I have a feeling that every single thing that comes out of your mouth is about denial, lying, and manipulating for your severely narcissistic motives.
I think
Krista was
the problem
relentless
here
about her feelings.
is that Krista and Doug
She
want to
was
be in
lying next
control.
door. She was thinking about me.
So,
And
like,
it culminated
that's why they're not getting
in
along. When they were on the same
unbelievable
page, they were getting
affection
along.
from Krista, saying that when Courtney leaves you, I will be here for you because I am in love with you.
That's not true.
I'm not the only one who knows that Krista is a compulsive liar.
My mom fell in love with my husband, and she was thinking, you know what? Maybe this relationship won't work, and I'm gonna marry him. It's a delusional fantasy my mom has played out in her head.
Doug,
Yeah.
did you have an emotional affair with her?
Absolutely not.
Well, then I guess I had it with myself. I knew he probably would deny it because his favorite saying is deny, deny,
He is
deny.
like a PhD in
I never felt we were
manipulation.
friends. I didn't feel we were obviously not lovers, and I think that's
hate
your
that word.
delusion.
What are you talking about?
Krista, I've said it before, and I'll say it
It doesn't
again.
matter what you say right now because you're not telling the truth. I'm going to stand up to you. I'm a different woman,
Doug
okay?
and Krista deserve each other in the worst way.
I wasn't the woman I am now.
They
when I
deserve
signed
each
that
other in
paper,
like a cage
okay?
fight.
You just sort of count your blessings
You've got a
on that.
lot of anger. And
Yes,
you know
I
what?
do because you're not telling the truth. That pisses me off.
I have never been attracted to you. I am not now, and I never will be sexually, emotionally, or otherwise, ever.
You, him, them, everybody. Seriously, don't F with me because it's not a good place to go.
So, Jesus, people will do anything to avoid getting a job. No, literally, like if any of the adults here were just willing to work for a living, we would not be in this situation. I do love that Courtney is getting exposed to other adult women, especially. Are the women who are on this show probably the most healed? Probably not, but it seems like kind of anyone is better than Krista. I hate this. It was announced that they were expecting a child, Courtney and Doug, and then they pretty immediately renewed their wedding vows right after that. So just like we were saying is like abuse from one person driving you further into the abuse from another is very much what's happening here. And so like I see from Courtney's perspective why they renewed their vows with Doug, because like they had been sexually assaulted twice and had this horrible falling out with their mom that Doug had a lot of evidence to manipulate Courtney with. Like, look at all these bad things that happen when you leave me. And so, like, I'm not saying it was the right decision, obviously, but I see, like, how someone could get to this place, but it's really diva all the way down. And, like, what I'm about to say is not very kind, but I think it's an important thing to notice. This vow renewal is not nice. Like, it's shitty. Like, it's very low budget, which also goes to show that, like, they don't have a ton of money right now. And that is part of why Doug is continuing to exploit Courtney, so that Doug doesn't have to, like, get a job and stop being a famous person. Like, Doug is the CEO of all PR is good PR. Like, Doug doesn't care that everybody hates him because it's still PR and making him money through Courtney.
Right now, I would love it if you guys would say your covenant promises.
Like, they're literally just by the Hollywood
so Courtney,
sign.
I want you to repeat after me, all right?
Yeah.
Here we go. So, Doug, again, I give myself to you.
Doug, again, I give myself to you.
To be your wife.
To be your wife.
Again, I promise to love and to sustain you.
Again, I promise to love and sustain you.
In the covenant and marriage.
In the covenant and marriage.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
So, like, you get the point.
Enjoy and
like, you've seen what you've needed to see. Courtney, I wish we could have saved you. For her, it was a renewal. For him, it was a financial opportunity. And it was announced that Courtney was pregnant. And what they showed in the movie was jarring. In the movie, it showed, like, Courtney realizing that they were pregnant and going to Doug and being like, you said you couldn't get me pregnant. And Doug's like, this is great. It was, like, very spooky. But this is, like, from an article at the time. Once Courtney Stodden has her new baby, there's a good chance she won't be sleeping much, so it's probably a good thing the expecting mother is taking the time to get some rest now. So Courtney posted this photo where she's, like, napping. It's the baby belly. She has on, like, a black bra and whatever. Stodden has been documenting her growing baby bump all over social media since announcing her pregnancy in May.
right now.
So, in July, around 3 months into their pregnancy, Stodden announced that they had suffered a miscarriage. So a lot of people, like, really came after Courtney because Courtney got one of those, like, the reborn dolls. You know the dolls? You know what I'm talking about? Like, the realistic ones that are, like, super expensive. I don't know. People are into them. Courtney got that. I got a reborn baby based on the advice of my therapist. Apparently, quite often, these babies are used to help women cope with losing an angel baby, whether that be in the form of miscarriage, stillbirth, or neonatal loss. So, yeah. Yikes. A lot going on here. More trauma, more pain. The wig is interesting. So this was the movie depiction. They did not mention the doll in the movie. In the movie, they explained that Courtney was not happy about the pregnancy. The timeline in the movie was very different. So I don't know which one is necessarily the truth. Because in the movie, Courtney was like, if you weren't here last week when we saw some clips of it, it flashes between like actor portrayal and then like Courtney themselves sitting in front of a camera talking about things. So it's not a documentary, but it kind of gives documentary a little bit. So anyway, in the movie, Courtney was like, what the fuck? You told me you couldn't get me pregnant. And Doug was like, this is amazing. This is a miracle, baby. Let's tell everyone. And Doug and Krista started telling everybody immediately without talking to Courtney and being like, hey, how are you feeling? Do you want us to like keep this quiet? Do you want to tell people? Do you want to be the one to tell people? Apparently Doug was super happy. They told media, they told friends, they told press, they told everyone immediately. In the movie, the miscarriage happened much earlier on. In reality, the articles I saw said it was 3 months. But in the movie, what Courtney themselves said is that the miscarriage happened earlier and Courtney pretended it didn't happen because there was so much media attention and reality TV offers. Because they were getting opportunities to have like a family reality show, which like, again, all these producers need to be in jail. Doug was like, we can't say anything. We can't say anything. So like, what the fuck? I don't know if that's 100% true because I couldn't find any articles saying that, but Courtney did say that in this movie. So like, I can't imagine that it came from nowhere. Imagine your old ass husband making you fake pregnant right after a miscarriage and you're 22. Being 22 is horrible. You don't have a frontal lobe. You have no money. You don't know what you're doing. You can't get a job. Like, being 22 is not a good time. You, like, don't know how to feed yourself. Like, being 22 is the trenches for normal people. To be fake pregnant with you, it's so grim and so dark and so... Again, how is Courtney getting a bank account? How is Courtney getting their own lease? Like, you know? And later on, I think this might come up, but Courtney said the only one of the reasons that it took them so long to leave Doug is because they didn't know how to file the paperwork. Like, to file the divorce paperwork, like, they didn't know how to do that. Like, I don't know how to do that. Why would I know how to do that? And, like, if you have a 6th grade education, you know. So this is May 18th, 2017. They're separated. They're not divorced. They are separated. Courtney Stodden speaks out on her marriage and miscarriage.
In a doctor's exclusive, please welcome Courtney Stodden to the show. Courtney, thanks for being with us. Welcome. I was going to ask you to start with...
You can't hear me. You can't hear me? Oh, no. Interesting. What about now? Can you hear me now? YouTube is fine. Yeah, TikTok can hear me because y'all are on my phone. Interesting. No. Merp. Oh, I'm back? I'll give it a couple seconds. Oh, on YouTube, I'm back. Oh, no. Still can't hear you on Twitch. That's sad. I don't know what to do. Because I don't want to mess it up other places. You know what I mean? Let me try something. What about now? I switched microphones. No? And my pimple sticker's coming off. This is hell. Okay. Okay.